Judy said, "If you tell anyone this happens, I will cut your heart out with a spoon." Hi, I'm Meredith Bagby. I wrote The New Guys. It's a story of the first astronauts who are women and people of color. The competition to get into the NASA class of 1978 was incredibly competitive. Over 10,000 people applied, but only 35 made it in. There were 6 women. Judy Resnik was from the Midwest. She was an engineer. She was incredibly bright and very competitive, and she was a concert-level pianist. She heard a radio advertisement that said that NASA was looking for women. She locked in to this idea. She was spending the summer just outside of Washington, D.C., and she was visiting the National Air and Space Museum. And she also knew that the head of this National Space and Air Museum was Michael Collins, who of course had gone up on Apollo 11. And she decided it wouldn't hurt if maybe she knew somebody at NASA. So she got on the elevator and she went up to his office and she walked in and she said, "Hi, I'm Judy Resnik and I want to be an astronaut." It worked. Judy was one of the first 6 women to be chosen. And there was of course a race to see who was going to be the first American woman in space. And Judy was extremely talented. She was a terrific engineer. She ended up being a good pilot, even though she hadn't flown before. She was very good with the remote arm, which is basically this 100-foot arm that would come out of the payload bay of the space shuttle and help to release satellites. She was also incredibly personable, a terrific team player, and everybody loved her. It was the early 80s. Newspapers still made a lot of comments about what women looked like and what female astronauts looked like in particular. And so they were saying things about Judy like, oh, she's wearing hot pants, or she has a fro. She had this like really long, very beautiful hair that was very curly. And Judy absolutely hated all of that. She wanted to be taken seriously. So on Judy's mission, the IMAX camera was sent up. So the IMAX camera gets pulled out, and Judy's hair, which is now floating all over the place because that's what it did in space, got stuck in the IMAX camera. Her colleagues had to come and cut her hair out. Judy said, "If you tell anyone this happens, I will cut your heart out with a spoon." And the reason she said that was because she didn't want anybody to know that her hair had gotten caught in the IMAX camera, lest she be considered a not serious person. In 1985, Judy was assigned to the Teacher in Space mission, in part because she was such a team player and they thought that she was going to help Krista through the process, and she did. They became friends and she took Krista around and they really helped Krista kind of feel like she was going to be part of the team. Judy's life ended much too soon in the Challenger accident, and I think most of her friends remember her as somebody who was vivacious, full of life, and somebody whose life simply ended too soon.